And we're live. It's Coding with Fire. It's Wednesday. We're hanging out. I'm EJ,
And I'm Ian.
and this is I don't. Wow, we should. It really would have been great if I looked up the number of the episode that this was. This is our like 30 odd episode, 31st, 32nd,
Oh, I think no. It's gonna be 29, 28,
29. Damn, that's not a really cool round number.
almost 30,
Yo,
almost
what's up,
30.
Blue Radon? How's it going? Thank you everybody for
Hey,
hanging out and joining us. I always appreciate it.
yeah, and I'm gonna immediately put the background notebook in the chat so people can play with the background.
Dope. So
Yeah.
I wanted to like the election was a whirlwind. Like I'm still recovering. I'm starting to feel like a human again a little bit. Not completely, but a little bit. And so it's feeling like the like past season, the past whatever, however, it's like 3 months of streaming. It seems like we've learned a lot, but it's time to plan for like what a new season of Coding with Fire looks like, and also it's like a new season of our lives and kind of a new season of the world potentially. Maybe when I'm feeling optimistic. So I wanted to, maybe spend this episode talking about what that 3 months was like and what we learned and sort of what we're thinking for stuff coming up, if that makes sense.
So, so do you think, as someone who lives in the Bay Area and doesn't remember what a season is, you could explain what a season is? So,
Well, you know about the
maybe I'll just
concept,
add.
the concept of a season. I don't know. Well, that's like what we've been talking about. Is like there's the idea of like a season of a show, and there's also like a season of the year. Well, like things are changing. You know what I mean? Like I think that is undeniable. And so to capture, like I think there's also things we've learned, right? Things I want to improve about like the general design of our stream, you know what I mean, or the ways that we approach things, or like having more guests, or having more segments, or things like that. So that's what I'm hoping a new season
And
looks like.
you were also saying about how having something to build, like if you know there's going to be an end to the season, you can kind of build towards something, and like at the
Exactly.
end of it, you have a thing. Um, so I think that's a really interesting
Well, I
take
just keep
too.
think like I keep going like trying to crib from shows I like, and like I keep going back to like MythBusters, and like the thing that I liked about that show is like they sort of knew. I mean, it was planned out, right? They would have like different segments where like the B team was attacking this problem, and then they'd go back to this other problem, and it made it really entertaining to watch. And that's sort of different from other Twitch streams I like, but I'm excited to, try new stuff. And I think we've been like the most surprising thing is just how much stuff we end up making every time we stream. Like I think we talk about this a lot, but like we wake up in the morning, we're like, holy shit, there's like 5 notebooks from last night. So I think now that we know what is possible in a stream, like directing that or sort of trying to like prune that a little bit to mix metaphors. What's the cooking metaphor for a new season, do you think? We're making a new menu.
Yeah, new menu. Yeah, because there's seasonal like vegetables and stuff, right? So you want to
Yeah,
use
yeah,
those.
well
And
played. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, the season. Yeah, we have new ingredients coming in. People, the election data is getting kind of fucking smelly. Yeah, I mean, nobody really wants to really look at our election. I mean, no, that's not true. People are still going to be into the elections for the next few weeks, and people are going to relitigate 2020 maps for years to come. But I don't know. I'm in the mood for some new stuff, some new data, which actually leads us to the one idea that I want to pursue tonight. I don't know if we should talk about it yet.
I think we can get into it because I think we should, um, you know, look. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna build something tonight, right? Like that's kind of what we
Yeah,
always
exactly.
do. Try
Yeah,
to
so I think
like
the
make
thing,
something.
the thing I want to build tonight, I really for the new season, I want to have like a spinning wheel of data, where like we put a bunch of data sets that we've been thinking about using, and then live on the show we like spin it, and it spins all around, and it randomly like picks one data set, and then we spend the next hour working on that data set. So in order to do that, that means we actually like need a wheel. You know what I mean? So I think it's fitting for like the last episode. I don't know, is this the last? I think it is the last episode of this season to prepare for our next season.
That's right. Yeah, I think we talked about the next season basically being starting on Sunday and
I
then
think
going
so.
till like a week before Christmas or
Yeah,
something like
exactly.
that.
Sunday, November 15th. I'll just run down. Here's our tour dates. We got Sunday, November 15th, November 19th, 24th, 29th, December 3rd, 8th, 13th, and 17th. Coding with Fire coming at you. It's like, it's Ian pitched it to me last night as like a tour, and now I love that. Now I can't get past it. So I'm gonna make like a tour. I need to make like a tour poster. Yeah. Yes.
Band tour
Exactly. Yeah. We
shirt.
need a band tour shirt. Yeah.
That's right.
And we have special
RJ.
guests. Ideally, we have knock on wood. Speaking of which, we have special guests for almost all of our episodes. I'm hoping.
Yeah. And I think we talked about like looking closer at people's notebooks. Like it was great actually. Shout out to Blue Radon for
Totally.
sharing his election notebooks
That's been
during,
so
we
cool. That's like
split them up,
half of
right?
my favorite part of the show is like seeing seeing people fork our notebooks or like seeing like what Maya did. Yeah, I mean like seeing the things that we make sort of go out into Twitter and people use them and then they or sort of comes back in and we fork it again in another episode. Like that's so cool. It's like
Yeah,
so thank you to everybody who's been doing that, Blue Radon especially.
for sure. All right, so I mean, a wheel
Are you itching to get to
and a
work?
wheel of
You want to write
data.
some code?
I think we could write some
All
code.
right, let's do it. Well, first,
Yeah,
okay, so I did 1 minute of pre-research. I did this. I found an image of the thing I'm talking about. I felt that would be helpful. So I Googled like a wheel spin game, and I got this nice little wheel that I'm really excited about. How do I ban people?
um, when you click on the thing, oh, I don't know. Did they go into mod view or something?
I'm in mod view. Oh, here we go. I did it!
Yay! No spam.
Hooray! Sorry about that. Anyway, you were. Did you see my spinning wheel? Anyway, this is what I want to make. I think.
Yes.
I was also. We could also get like real original and like creative with it, and like rethink the idea of a random selection graphic. I was thinking about that. I don't know if there's anything useful to that, but I'm saying it is an option.
I see. Yeah, I mean, all right, how about this? If anyone in the chat can like think of a more interesting way to dramatically pick a random data set.
I had one idea. Here's my one pitch. My like one
Okay,
out
you
there
have
pitch.
okay, what is it?
So, like, we have a bunch of ideas that start at the top. You know what I mean? You ever played Plinko? Let me pull up a Plinko
Maybe?
board. So
I'm not
it's
sure.
like those boards where you have a bunch of like sticks sticking out, and then you drop a ball at the top, and it sort of descends
Ah,
and hits all the things, and then goes to the bottom.
uh,
So you could
RJ
imagine putting
so just
Galton board.
said it's a Galton board.
Okay, all right. Let's see. Let's see if I can. Oh yeah, exactly. This is exactly what I was talking about. But like, so you start like a modified Galton board where all the ideas fall, and if it happens to fall in that center one, the first one to do so is the one that gets picked, right?
Nice.
So that was my out there idea for
Okay.
like a random.
So yeah, that could be cool. I've seen interesting like I guess stat visualizations people have done in the past with like a bunch of little balls falling and stuff. So there'd be reference material to work from.
But I don't know if that's like overworking the wrong part of this thing. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, the funny thing about it is that like in reality, a random number is instant pretty much, right? So it's
yeah,
like
exactly.
it's already known, but like you want it to be fun and you want there to be a
Yeah, but
sense
this
of
is supposed to
drama
be
to it. People
entertainment. Yeah, exactly. We're trying to make a show
root,
here, so
root.
it's got to have some like drama, some intrigue to it, a little like the wheel does that, right? Like the best part of the wheel, right, is when it goes and then it starts slowing down, and it like gets in like there's one you want obviously, so the one you want like goes and it's so close, and then it goes around. And you're like, all right, I think I can just get back around. So like something about like that tension. You can make that without the wheel, right? Like you could have them all just slowly go. I've been playing this game on my phone where it's like you play a deck, you know what I mean? And every card you play, it like makes other cards go away. And like I've just been watching that animation for days now of like cards going away. But the anticipation of like, oh, I want this card to stay, it means a lot. So I don't know, it doesn't have to be the wheel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure there could be creative ways. Also, maybe because we don't know, like we probably, where does this list of data sets come from, right? You said it's like maybe we
All
have
right,
things
now
that
you're
we've wanted to
talking.
work with. Like what if there's like, oh, a theme or something, or people we find a bunch of data sets that people suggest to us, and we make that like a,
Well, here now you're
a
talking a
chat
whole
wheel.
other side of things, right? Which is we could spend energy making the like crowd control aspect of it, where there's a Firebase database with links to them, and people can vote, and like any that exceed this threshold get added to the wheel. Even we could build all that infrastructure and just make a really simple animation of, what I mean? Like there's multiple avenues of where we can spend this time, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I think to hit the fundamental thing that we want, a wheel does sound like a good, we're basically making a rotating pie chart that we could then like mess with its presentation, right? And so we want to animate some SVG, rotate it based on like, you know, that random number.
Yeah, exactly.
All those things are pretty, we should be able to do them pretty quickly. So like once we have something that's there, that's also like tweakable and forkable, we could play with,
Should we get a
okay,
notebook
let's
rolling?
replace. Yeah, yeah, probably. You want to start it? Or you want me to
Do
start?
I'll start it. I'll start it. What should we
Okay.
call it? Do you think? Like
Okay,
observable, like
wheel of data.
coding with fire. Yeah, wheel. All right, wheel. You're right. Sorry. Wheel of data. Done. And what do? I share it with my team. Confirm. How do I publish now? Oh God, everything's different. Oh boy.
Oh yeah, I think a new header is coming out or something.
All right, so wheel of data is in the chat. I'm gonna add one more thing, which is I'm gonna say options, and then I'm gonna make an array, and maybe I'll put one option in for shits and gigs. 0. Option 1. How's that?
Do you like donuts or pies better?
I like donuts better. You know what I mean? But let me look at my board. Let me look at my inspiration. It's pretty much a pie, though, man. They don't really. I guess it's a little donut. They almost all have little circles in the middle. Pie. The chat says pie.
Well, the good news is turning a donut into a
Yeah, you
pie
have to
is
start
very
with a
easy.
pie anyway.
Or you start with a pie and turn it into a donut. Yeah, I guess you could say that. Yeah, so I just searched observable real quick, um, and of course, so don't worry about. Your keyboard is so good.
Sorry about that. I'm just tweeting.
It's all good. I'm going to acquire D3 and pull over. Basically, I start copying these lines of code essentially, because we'll start with this.
Oh, you making a pie?
So what is this doing? So there's an arc, returning a D3 arc, an inner radius and an outer radius. So if we want this to be a pie, we basically don't use the inner radius, or we set it very close to 0.
Yeah. Give it a little
I
tiny
think
one.
yeah, something like that. What is radius? Does it define radius somewhere here?
Well, we don't have a height yet, right?
Oh, radius is between those. Oh, I guess no, we do. I put it down.
Oops, sorry. I was trying to be
It's all
helpful.
good. Yeah, keep up. All right, so you have an option. So I guess their value is just always going to be 1, something like that.
Yeah, that sounds
And
right.
I'm just going to Let's see. It makes a chart, creates SVG with a view box. I personally don't like using view boxes because I have to
Yeah,
remember.
it's a lot. It is a lot to remember. It's like we should just do it once and save it forever.
Yeah, but like if you also just set the, it's a difference between the coordinate system. I like having the SVG of the same coordinate system as the router, like or the
Totally. Yeah,
browser.
because then you don't have to have like you don't
Um,
have to like refactor your headspace for a view box.
yeah, and if you want to do zooming or something, you can use groups and
Yeah.
deep zoom.
Yeah.
So, and I'm also gonna
Viewbox is good for
remove.
responsive. Like, there's no responsive in observable really. You're just like re-rendering. Viewbox is cool when you want to render once and have it like work anywhere.
Color, we're just going to fill them light gray.
I bet we're gonna want Chance JS if I had to take bets.
Whoa, look at that.
What have you done, sir? Hey, did you know that we've made 72 notebooks?
I did not know that.
That's pretty crazy. It's a lot of notebooks.
That is quite a few. 17.
Bars.
All right, so I'm going to make a group element to put my paths in. G equal that. Can't type tonight. G dot append or select all this good stuff. And I put in the group element because that's where I want to do my transformation to move everything around. And we're gonna make, at first I'm just gonna move it into the middle. Width over 2, height over 2. So there's our big pie. And I guess they don't have a stroke. Let me do, oh yeah, I always, like we can bring this into Illustrator.
Oh yeah, and I can add some. That's a cool idea. I like that idea.
Oh, we only have one option. We need more options. I'm gonna add some more.
All right, Blue Red, and thanks for hanging out. Have a good night. Stop by later if you
Yeah,
like it.
for sure. Always fun. There we go. It's a peace sign.
Nice.
I mean, it's a wheel, right? So the inner radius could at least be something. I want more padding. Angle, I think. It's crazy now. And my inner radius is going to be like 100. So we really should have these be different colors so when it rotates. I'm going to get rid of...
Hold on, wait. I'm gonna do something.
We're definitely going to want text, so I'm going to figure that out later.
Hold on, I'm writing in this cell. Don't get attached to anything you're writing right now.
And what?
And
oh, okay.
There you go. Do whatever you want.
Oh, right.
Do whatever you want.
Right. We should have a way to color code these.
See what I'm driving at?
Shit, what did I do?
What did he do?
No, wait, what did you... Sorry. What did you change?
I changed the fill so that ideally the fill would be red if it was the chosen one, but I love what that was. That was cool. What happened?
I added a transition.
Yeah, it just
that
wobbled.
rotates it
I love it.
a little bit.
I love it so much. Yeah, it's great.
So what we need is to have it rotate. Probably what we should do is have it rotate to a random place within whichever random option. So we should know how many degrees the middle of a certain option is, right? So it's like
Totally.
we're going to choose a random number that's like the choice.
Wait, hold on. We don't have to do any of that. You could just spin it a random number of degrees, and we as humans can see which one it lands on.
You're a fucking genius, man. See, this is why I like working with designers. It's like you just solve the problem.
Woohoo!
Like,
So just put a little arrow thing somewhere and just spin it.
I love it. I love it. So it's gonna be like, yeah, we could just put it on the top or the right. I don't know. This feels like it's big because I can't keep it
It
in.
does feel big. I will say that.
Oh, you set the height to the width. I see.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
It's all good. I mean, it should probably be bigger than this, but like usually I zoom in so people can read the code easier, and I forgot to do that. So maybe that works for now.
That's good. So what we want is a button that causes it to spin.
Yeah, and basically at this moment,
So that's just so
so
we want
can,
like rotate value basically, and a button that makes rotate value become a random number.
yes, yes. I think for now we could even just skip the button and just make the random number, and every time you run that cell, this one updates. And so the way I have it right now is that when this cell is changed,
Totally. I
it
want my button.
will
Don't try and
transition.
talk me out of my button. I want my button.
It's the next step would be turning that into a button.
Totally.
So I'm just breaking it down into an even
Yeah, you can do your thing
further.
before the button. I agree. That is the step that happens before it.
We'll make a button. We'll make a
God
button.
damn,
I
I just
promise.
want my button.
So how do I make a random number in chance? I'm gonna say
Chance
like
dot floating, and you can pass it a min and a max in an object if you'd like to. Nope, negative.
what? How in an object you said?
Yeah, and it has to. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, there we have degrees. So we should be able to say, oh, okay. Well, this will present something interesting.
What? Verbalize.
Yeah, I wanted to run first, and then I can show the problem. I can't spell it.
Digress.
Okay, so every time I run this, it's gonna start at 0.
Oh yeah, we don't want that. We want to start at where it used to be.
Right.
God damn. Computers make easy things hard. Episode 3000.
The thing is, I think the easiest way to do it is that we have it be you click anywhere in this thing,
And it redoes it. You know what that
Yeah.
isn't?
a button.
Yeah.
We could put a button in there. You want to put a button in the
I
middle
don't know if
circle
that
that's like
totally satisfies my desire.
spin me? It
Yeah.
has to be a button outside the cell.
I don't think so. I think it can be. I think it can be. I think you can click the middle, and if it feels like a button, I guess
You,
that's acceptable.
you know what? I can fix it. I can make it. Yeah, I know what the deal is. So it just means, I mean, it's technically a good thing to know and to do because the solution is to reuse the SVG, right? So that it's not actually recreating the whole thing
Oh,
every
so we're
time
gonna
that
like
number
enter an
changes.
update and the whatnot, like a real person.
Yeah, but we don't have to, it doesn't have to be that complicated because these are already joining, so we don't need that. And the only thing we're transitioning is the G element, is like the outer thing.
That's cool.
So yeah, let me just do that real quick. We're gonna want to have SVG and G exist no matter what. But if the SVG or if the cell already was rendered once, then it will have the SVG that we create. So we say SVG equals this, G equals SVG.select, and I'm gonna give this a class, I guess. Class base. I was gonna say class base. Base. SVG already defined. Yeah, so I want to create it in here. And I'll update these attributes. Now I want to take all of these and say G equals SVG type and So now I'm creating the SVG if it doesn't already exist, and I'm updating it if it does exist. So now if we change this, oh, damn it.
So close.
D3, oh yeah, so if it already exists, we have to select this.
Yeah, spinny, spinny, spinny.
So then if I change this, yeah, it updates to some new.
It's so good.
The thing that we want, though, I'm going to republish this so people can put it back in the chat again for anyone who joined recently. What I want to add to this, though, is that it's going to go to the random number of degrees, but it's going to circle 360 times, like...
Oh, rotations. Let me give you a rotations. And I'll make it 5.
Yeah. It didn't seem to work. Yeah, why does that not work? I guess it won't go. I could...
Does SVG accept like rotations above 360? I guess it must. How do people do rotations?
It does, but I think the transition algorithm, like the thing where it's automatically transitioning between the number of degrees, is shortcutting it somehow. So I think what I want is to force it to interpolate, like to keep going by using an adder tween. So function of t, we want something like this. So instead of transform being all this, we're going to want...
Sorry, what is adder tween? I ain't never seen that in my entire life. I've never heard of adder tween.
It lets you control more specifically how the thing is going to transition.
That's wild.
So what you're going to do is give it a function of t, and it's going to call that function at from 0 to 1 based on the easing function.
Huh.
And so you're basically saying what it's going to do at every frame of the transition for this attribute.
That's wild. Is that new or like...
No, it's been around for quite a while, actually.
Damn.
This didn't work because of that, maybe? Oh, I didn't try to have it work.
Oh.
To return this.
Our good friend asked, did the learnings get discussed already? In terms of our learnings from... We sort of talked about it a little bit. What we learned is that we should plan more. And so that's what we're doing. And we're sort of getting meta and planning for our next season of the show currently on the show. I don't know if that's helpful or an answer.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't go super detailed into what we've learned from the past. We could probably... I think we could take like a 15-minute thing to do that after we're happy with this, right? And just like look through our list of episodes, which we had ready, but we didn't really like talk about.
Yeah, totally. I think, let's, once we get this spinning, then maybe we can take a quick little break and we can come back. And I want to just like go through the list and talk about, maybe just click the notebook of each one, you know what I mean? But we got kind of, we nerd sniped ourselves where we talked about this spinning wheel, and they were like, oh, let's code a spinning wheel. Which is why I like the show. It's part of the fun of it, I think. But thank you for reminding us.
Unexpected token. Whoa!
There you go.
That was way too many rotations.
It's 5
Okay, but now this is... Well, A, we should have color because it'll make it easier to see this. And then B, we should play with easing curves because to make it feel like a
Totally.
Wheel of Fortune wheel, it
Do you
should
know of
like
any like good curve builders offhand?
a long time ago I tried to make my own that you could draw one. I could try to find that. But there's I mean there's also just like the D3 we should like look at the
Isn't there one where
D3C.
you can drag Bezier curves and it gives you a D3 function back?
There should be.
Did I make that
And
up
if
in
you
my
know
brain? I really felt like there was one, and you'd be like, "Yeah, Mr. Easemaker or whatever."
Mr. Easemaker, I love it. I think we want something like this.
D3 poly ease, and how do we get the duration of it as well? Like, oh, right now it's 2000.
Yes.
I'll say spin duration. Spin duration.
Let's try this.
Yeah, there you go. Except in reverse almost. Like I think you want it to start out the way people spin, like wheel spins happen, and really like it starts off really fast and then it goes really slow, and then it like at the end it's like a long time at that really slow speed. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So that's kind of good, but I want it to spin up faster in the beginning, right? Let's
Totally.
try running it again.
Do you know what I just found? I'm gonna drop it.
What's that?
I'm gonna drop it in the chat. It's by our old friend Zan Armstrong, and it's forked from our friend Angela.
Oh, nice. So what I want is one, because like if you go fast, but then this is what you're saying, you spend a long time getting to one.
Yeah, but how do you get the code out of this?
Yeah, it's a block. Oh, this one's good.
Oh yeah, this one is good. Ooh, this is fun. Yeah, great, excellent drop. How do I say this? Should I say Bischoff? Biscoff? Bischoff? Help me out. If I could,
Bischoff, maybe?
if I could get a phonetic pointers.
Yeah, thanks for joining us again. Needs to bounce back a little bit. Interesting.
Oh, the bounce back is interesting. Yeah. Ooh, ease back in, overshoot.
I think yeah. One thing I know.
Ian's right. Right about what? What are you right about?
Bischoff, I think.
Oh, okay, Bischoff. Okay.
How to pronounce it.
Brian. That works. All right. It's hard to remember everybody's names.
All right, what do you think? I mean, I think we could get it to be better, but
Ease back
Yeah, so
in,
we need
out,
more.
overshoot is kind of what I want. Which one did you like?
I would also like for like the little arrow thing to like tick tick tick
Oh,
tick tick,
fuck.
and then
Well,
when it slows down. I mean, this is like I think we
I
should.
want that also. You know how I would do that? Is I would make keyframes. So I'm gonna make an SV, or I'll make 3 SVGs, one for left pointing, one for middle pointing, one for right pointing, and every spin tick just switch between the 3 of those. Right?
Mhm.
That's what I think.
Yeah, and we know the duration and we know the easing function, so like you could also have it be like it's the amount that is going, because we could also rotate the SVG that you make and the amount that is
Yeah, but I
rotating
want
every
it
tick.
that I was thinking about that, like rotating a triangle is different from like what it does. Like it does that thing where, you know what I mean, where like it bends a little. So you want like the like bendy aspect of it.
Yeah, yeah. I just wonder what it would look like as it slowed down. Would it just go like
Oh, wait, I see what you're saying.
less often or something? I guess it would just kick off less often. Often,
Yeah,
it would
exactly.
still
Because
just
if it's yeah,
happen
yeah,
at speed.
if it's based on t, right? If it's based off that same ease function, then it would do it less.
I want to like I have to refresh my memory on how to do this, but I want to really quickly. So we have this function. We have the spin duration. I want to like below here, I guess, programmatically show like what this number is, right? So if we count down from, or if you go from 0 to spin duration, like whatever t is, if t went from 0 to 1, I need something to say like, I can look up something. Oh, wouldn't, I can use not the scrubber, right?
I wasn't like. What
Uh,
are you trying to do again? You're just trying to see the number that represents the spin animation.
Right. Like that T or that, that we say,
Yeah,
I want to show
just
it.
add a text element that has it, right?
Yeah, I could transition a text element as well. That is interesting.
What you were just
Okay.
writing confused me so much.
Yeah, it was gonna get more confusing. It was gonna get, yes, thank you. Okay, so since this works, I'm gonna remove this stuff, republish stuff. All right, so essentially, I want to have a text element around temporarily, right?
Put that in the
What would we
top
call it?
left, son.
Yeah.
At that
And
like 10
so
10.
dot speed or something. And if it didn't exist, we would say svg.append texts dot class. Um, I guess we would just say 0, but then we would do text.transition. Oh, this is weird. Can I add or tween? Oh, I should be able to just do texts. No, I want something like an add or tween, but to change the text instead of the. Condition not texts. Oh, sets the time. Okay, so interpolate the text. Oh, text tween.
Text tween. Never heard of again. I've never heard of that in my entire life.
We're just getting some new shit
Yeah,
here.
that's pretty sick.
New territory. So I think this is going to be the same deal as the adder tween, where I should say function, I suppose. I want to return a function of t. And so we want to show what t is, so we're just going to return t.
Yeah, return the T. Why is it unhappy?
Like,
It doesn't want text to transition.
oh, I didn't say text equals.
There you go.
Fine, I think I have to position it. Um,
Ooh, you get. If you watch it spin in the dev tools, you get a cool visualization of the G transforming.
nice. That's cool.
And then speed is 1. So wait, I wish you could hit it again. Yeah, speed is always one. The text is always the same.
I don't even see the speed right now. What is?
I both see it in my dev tools and also on my screen. But it doesn't change. So that's a major bummer. Oh, it does change. It's just super fast. It's way faster than the animation.
Oh, because I didn't run the duration and the easing function on the transition. So that's exactly what I wanted to show, actually.
Oh, and it hides when I take my dev tools away. So I think you want your you want your y to be like 50. No, you want your y to be 100.
Yeah, it does the same.
No, it doesn't fix it. I don't know why. But it is up there. When this album dropped, yeah, it does sort of look like a record player. That'd be fun to put have the picker be like a little turntable arm vibe. There you go. Now we can see the number.
I don't know why I had to do the transform, whether it's created or not. Yeah.
This is perfect. Honestly, this is perfect. The ease on this is perfect. I don't know how you did this, but you captured the essence of a spinning wheel perfectly, and I'm impressed.
I leveraged, what was there? Yeah, it's the poly out.
Wait. Does that one have the thing where you can have it go back in? Overshoot? Overshoot?
Let's see. It's this one, or I took out the end part, but we could actually make it more dramatic. I think if we, yeah,
No, it doesn't
we can make it
overshoot.
longer. So if the exponent was 6.
Whoa, are you making eases over there?
Elastic could be. Yeah, I'm looking at. Or someone, I think Brian shared it in the chat earlier.
I didn't even get to the part where there's things you could edit. I just saw this overshoot, and that's all I want.
Where is the overshoot? Oh, ease back in has overshoots. But do you really want that much overshoot?
Just a little. I mean, I guess not. You're right. That's just bullshit. Real wheels don't overshoot. What am I talking about?
Well, I'm gonna try this elastic one just because
it does look cool.
For the fuck of it. So the thing is, we also want to have, we have spin duration. We'll just set up an ease, and we can have d3.that, or typically we had ease be this, which we should also try a higher value of the exponent.
Should I add an ease exponent?
Well, I think it'll be easy enough to change it in its appropriate cell.
All right.
Oh, it spins backwards.
It's kind of cool, though.
I think if you do, can I have it take 5 seconds? Yeah, we need more categories and we need colors.
We'll just D3 plasma, baby. Or miasma, or whatever the one is called.
Well, obviously the colors should be the fire, right?
Oh my god, you're so smart! Yes, obviously the color should be the fire. That's absolutely correct.
You know what I think I can do? Instead of dealing with any Firebase, I can just import the colors right from here.
That's exactly what I did in all our other fun notebooks that are colored crowd.
Oh, that is what we did before? Yeah. Nice. DJ is always right.
Woohoo!
Chat should confirm. How it works. 0. not find
Oh, interesting. Yeah,
choice.
Bischoff says, reminds me when a rim is spinning fast and then the spokes hit that frequency where they look like they're spinning backwards. I agree with that. Yeah, it does. It has very reminiscent of that. They're like getting too fast, so it looks strange. I don't know. Is that only a camera thing? Because it's way. I guess it's way easier to see that when you see it on video.
Yeah, I don't know.
So you're importing all our colors.
Yes, and then I guess we'll just.
You can get rid of the Mike's dumb idea.
I mean, if you had chosen one, you wouldn't win. But we'll do DI, and we'll just. I guess we can only handle like 5 colors right now, but.
Yeah, I kind of want more things, and also I want the text to be sideways on them.
Oh, we're gonna get into sideways text, huh?
Yeah, sorry. We don't have to. We can design our ways around that.
We can get in. I think we can do it. It's been solved.
Ooh, that's fun.
All right, we can add a couple more choices too.
Ooh. When you spin it
Why is
really
one
fast, it
gray?
looks like there are more choices.
Ah, yeah, that's crazy. I'm also going to set the stroke. To be choice. Background color. And
Make the background.
or I guess we should make the whole thing the background color.
No, because we're gonna put it over our stream. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Where I want to have stroke width be like a very large.
yeah,
number
beach
then.
ball vibes for real. I don't know if I like this.
Well, now it looks like a Pokeball or something.
I'm against this. I think.
Cartoon.
I think I'm anti this.
We need more things, and we need more, and we need text, I guess.
Yeah.
The other thing is that text could be there and then disappear and then show up when it's moving slow, I guess.
Well, there's a whole bunch of decisions we have to make right now, which is what is the text that appears in it? Is there a limit to the length of that text? Like, does JavaScript know what our choice is ultimately? Or is it just labeled like in the graphic? You know what I mean? Like, I guess we've gotten the graphic as far as we can without real data, right? So what we should go do is like back to the drawing room and add real data options, and then we can make more informed decisions on how to visualize them.
Yeah, right? I mean, you can't really make a visualization without data, so. Now, the question is that what we want to do right now?
Okay, here, I have a plan. So what I would say is that what we can do is we can look at our spreadsheet. Anybody in the chat or anybody around who wants to drop in data into the chat between now and like 10:30 my time, 7:30 Pacific, like we'll put those in, and anything else that we have to fill in, then I'll just like find like a data awesome or like data is plural. Yeah, exactly. Go to the data is plural archive and plug in a bunch of things from there. But I think we have whatever. We could maybe take a 5-minute break and come back and then go over our show spreadsheet and sort of go over our lessons learned and sort of the things that we did. We have this awesome, you put this together last night. Thank you for doing that. this awesome spreadsheet of like all the shows that we've done and what they were about, and YouTube links, and then notebook links. And I think it'd be cool just to talk about like go through each one and sort of talk about what we learned and how how we're gonna evolve and adapt from those things.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Yeah, let's take a quick break, and if folks are interested in adding any data sets for us to like riff on in the next season when the wheel chooses it, drop that in the chat. Yeah.
Yep. All right. See you guys soon. We'll be back in like 7 minutes. We're back. We're live. It's Coding with Fire. It's 10 p.m. We're making a cool wheel before. Do you want to show the people real quick?
Yeah, we had this idea to have a segment on the show in the next season where we spin a wheel and it's a bunch of data sets, and whatever random data set it lands on is the one that will hack on that segment, like that hour.
Exactly. I'm excited for it.
So we wanted a spinning wheel, and we hooked up a D3 pie chart and customized the animation, the transition on it, and that's how we got it to spin. And we sort of had a bunch of ways that we could make this look better, function better, but we kind of need to pull the data sets together, right? So talked about anyone in the chat can drop links to interesting data sets they would want to see us tackle. We have a backlog of things we've talked about. Visualizing we can add in. And I remember even at the beginning of our stream, I don't know if you want to pull up the spreadsheet, but like we kind of had a bunch of ideas, and then we would tackle them like before the stream started. We kind of like, oh, should we do this one or that one? Flip the coin almost, and had a lot of fun. So now we want to make that like a bigger thing.
Yeah, I mean, do you want to take a look? Because I think they're it's sort of like they're tied together, the things we're about to do, right? Because I think once we go through the data sets that we've already looked at, we'll sort of get a sense for the data sets that we might want to add to the wheel and sort of get back into it. Um, Sorry, Bischoff has a question in the chat. They said they were confused by
Yeah,
the
I see that.
sheet you linked.
So that is a spreadsheet of data sets from Data is Plural, which is a newsletter that sends out like curated data sets that come from like news sources or random, research or different places. But they have like, there's a description, there's a, context to the data set, and then it's typically like clean enough data that you can
Yeah, it's
visualize it,
Jeremy
right?
Singer
So
Vine
it's
puts it
just like,
together. So it's curated by I think he works for BuzzFeed.
yeah,
Yeah, he's data editor at BuzzFeed News. So he sort of every week puts together, um, you know, interesting, topical, new data sets, and so that's what that sheet is. So like that's like probably one of many pools that we might pull from for things that we would visualize. There's things that we find, there's things other people find. If there's stuff that you guys find that you're curious about, yeah, yeah, totally, definitely suggest data
yeah,
sets outside this list for sure.
yes, yes, yeah, yeah. It's just a potential, yeah, pool of um, things if people see something that looks interesting. Because yeah, that's kind of one of the issues is like there's a bunch of things we could do, right? So
We
we don't
could
want to get
we could
frozen
do
on,
anything. That's the whole problem.
yeah, yeah. So we want to, yeah. So yeah, this will be the way. And I think if, we definitely, yeah, people will have ideas or data they work with or stuff they've seen, we can tackle that.
So, do you want to just go through? Like, I thought it was really interesting that we started with the COVID Cast API because that's not how I remembered it. But like, that's really interesting that that was like one of the first data sets we worked with. Because for me at the time, that was a client that I had. I mean, like I was working on that full time for work. So then being able to pull that into the stream sort of set the tone for like a lot of the stuff that we would do, where we would like work on things for fun that were like we would like do two birds, one stone. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Oh, I would love to get some like 99% invisible style data sets. That sounds really cool.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, and anything is possible if you write the code for it. Yeah, I thoroughly agree with that statement.
I think this cell should just like,
So I guess I can talk. So the COVID Cast API was basically Carnegie Mellon has this like they pull in a bunch of different signals and indicators to create a map and visualization of they have doctor visits, they have COVID like symptoms, they have COVID cases, hospital admissions, deaths. They've partnered with Facebook to do surveys for things like people wearing masks by county and state, COVID searches on Google for like COVID related. So basically, they have all these different sort of signals for COVID, and that's what appealed, made it appealing to me was that like as a person who visualizes data, they had all these different sort of data sets that we could tie into. So that was like the first thing we did, and then do you have like a notebook that for that?
yeah, I pulled up the one from, and I just added to the spreadsheet. I figure I can just add it while we're talking about it. But yeah, this was like a county visualization, and then you have the metrics down here for it.
Okay,
Whatever county each
this is
shows.
really interesting. Hold on.
Yeah, you could click on a county, choose it.
So sorry, go back to that for a second. Go back to the little like small multiples that we made.
Uh, the small multiples at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So those are in Vega, right?
Is that what we did? Render line? Yes.
So what's really interesting and fun is that so this is the production Carnegie Mellon site right now. I actually took a lot of what we learned on that stream and this whole sidebar for the small multiples for the signals, that's all based on this work. You know what I mean? So if you go into any of the states, like if you go into like Orange County where I'm from, the small multiples all update. This is all written in Vega. You know what I mean? They've been the team there is really great and they've taken it and adopted it and like made it a lot better. But like it's interesting to see the evolution. Like this is like the real world output of that playing around. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Actually, I'll drop a link to this in the chat.
Yeah. Keep dropping. Yeah, I'll drop a link to the notebook as we look at each one too.
Cool.
Yeah.
So what else? Let me look at. So then we did like a whole, next one was like another great episode. We did the observable pre-render with Alex, right? So I don't know, like I don't remember exactly how we got to the point, but I guess we made that map, and then we were like, all right, we want to see. We have this COVID data from Carnegie Mellon. Now we want to see it over time. And then I think you discovered the Alex's library, or like what was? How did that come about?
I saw it on Twitter, but I think there was maybe it was one of these map. It was an old one. Yeah, the idea was that this would render on the command line and it would change out the date, because I think it's when you change this, the graphic, it will request the data for that day.
Yep, exactly.
And visualize
Actually,
it.
I'm just for my
Right.
morbid curiosity. You mind putting in like November 1st?
This is doctor visits. Doesn't have that one. Combined indicator.
Oof. Oof.
Not good.
I feel like there's a lot more counties that are missing. Or is that just for combined? Yeah. Check out cases is good. If you look at cases, it doesn't seem so bad. What's the extent
Yeah,
based
but
on?
cases is based on like
It-
tests, confirmed tests, right?
And I think
So,
we
like,
made this scale based on like the New York peak, right? Like this was like right in March when we were making this stuff.
Is it? Yeah, I can't remember what we did.
I'm pretty sure it's hard coded in the bottom of this notebook. The like signals objects all have their extents hard coded in them.
Yeah, so this one was interesting. So this is the first of many, many map visualizations.
Do you have an
of
easy way to
COVID.
show the time lapse that we ended up making with observable pre-render?
I mean, I have a folder of them that I can just.
Yeah, this is actually interesting for me. I haven't seen these in a while. What do you got in here?
And all kinds of stuff. So we ended up making scrape art, I think was. So there's a bunch of MP4s here.
Yeah, play the MP4s.
There's really light. Oh yeah, I think we figured out that dark mode works.
Yeah, dark mode is so much better. That's wild.
And then
You can tell how early it was by like how quick it ends. You know what I mean?
yeah. Well, I just moved it. Later's the ones we want. Well, I want to. Yeah, here's like with the date, right?
Yeah, the date. That's when we really figured stuff out.
So that was one stream where we added the calendar visualization, and maybe we did this texture stuff in the calendar at the same time.
I think so.
So this stops at October 5th. It could go on. So yeah, these are.
So then the next episode, we